Emerging from a leathery outer shell, you weigh a mere 20 grams and stretch only 40 centimeters long. It is a tiny, vulnerable package, but you carry yellowish bars rising up a jet black body, a universal warning sign that you are already dangerous. Hidden just inside your mouth is a set of sharp, fully formed hollow fangs. They are connected to venom glands that are already fully operational from the minute you break through the egg. Most predators spend their youth learning how to hunt, stalk, and take down prey through trial and error. But a king cobra bypasses the learning curve entirely, hatching fully equipped for lethal combat on day one. Scent particles gathered by the forked tongue guide the hatchling toward its first meal. To uphold the title of king, the snake adopts a highly specialized cannibalistic diet, actively hunting down close relatives like baby rat snakes. This diagram illustrates exactly how that early venom takes down a target. Even in tiny amounts, neurotoxin molecules intercept and block the electrical signals traveling along the prey's nervous system. Within minutes, the victim's communication network flatlines, leading to complete paralysis and respiratory failure. Turning all that protein into rapid physical growth presents a mechanical problem. The snake outgrows its own exterior. To accommodate the expanding size, it must rub its head against a hard surface to break the outer layer, gradually peeling the old skin completely off like a sock. Reaching lengths of 12 feet or more requires repeating this cycle constantly. The animal must sustain a relentless rhythm of consuming its own venomous relatives, expanding its mass, and shedding its restrictive exterior. As the snake matures, active hunting gives way to patience. Using golden eyes capable of spotting movement up to 300 feet away, the adult cobra surveys the forest from the trees. Remaining totally motionless in the canopy acts as a calculated technique to conserve energy while waiting for a target to wander past. Sometimes the forest empties out. Months can pass without a single meal, forcing the snake to travel significant distances across rivers and rough terrain. As exhaustion sets in from the famine, the snake eventually comes to a near-complete standstill. This cross-section shows the severe power-saving mode triggered by near starvation. To conserve the last drops of energy, the digestive system completely halts. The internal organs physically shrink, conserving precious energy as the snake becomes a near-lifeless blob. Survival at this size relies on mastering the extreme biological economics of starvation, squeezing every possible second of life out of a dormant body until prey finally arrives. When fate finally delivers a meal, it is usually massive, like a large python. An adult king cobra compensates for having slightly less potent venom per drop by injecting an incredibly high volume of it, delivering enough liquid in a single bite to shut down a giant target in 3 hours. Here, the internal diagram reveals a massive biological contradiction. Stuffing a python into a dormant digestive system causes those shrunken organs to violently reinflate. The snake appears totally still on the outside, but its metabolism spikes to a sprint. Hyper-strong stomach acids go to work, completely dissolving the dense python into fluid energy. It leaves zero physical waste behind after several weeks of digestion. The cobra survives by swinging between total biological dormancy and absolute physiological overdrive, radically manipulating its own internal machinery to match the availability of food. When confronted by a threat, the cobra employs a sequence of deterrents. It lifts its body, flattens its neck ribs, and emits a deep growl, a calculated effort to intimidate rather than resorting to a bite. This schematic demonstrates the anatomy behind that sound. The snake forces air out of its single functional lung, pushing it directly across a tracheal membrane. This vibration creates low-frequency sound waves, producing a deep growl instead of the typical high-pitched hiss found in other snakes. This sequence of warning jabs and specific acoustics acts as a calculated filter for conflict. By favoring intimidation over immediate violence, the cobra ensures that its most lethal resources are saved for survival, not wasted on a defensive encounter. During the spring mating season, the search for a female often leads a male king cobra directly into a rival adult. There are strict rules governing this encounter. The rivals engage in a non-lethal full-body wrestling match. Their bodies intertwine, attempting to pin the opponent's head to the floor. Through all this intense grappling, they keep their mouths firmly shut. Social dominance is decided by physical stamina. The males exercise complete restraint, ensuring their venom is preserved strictly for securing actual food. Once a mate is secured, the female begins a unique undertaking. She uses her body to sweep piles of leaves together, carefully constructing a double-chambered nest, an architectural behavior not seen in other snake species. After laying around 20 eggs in the lower chamber, she settles into the top section. For 3 months, she fasts completely, defending the incubating nest from predators. Right before the eggs are scheduled to hatch, she must permanently abandon the nest. Having starved for a quarter of the year, her hunger would otherwise override her instincts and lead her to consume her own offspring. Life for this species is a cycle of calculated biological extremes. It requires the energy to sprint through a month of digestion and the endurance to starve for 3 more, balancing lethal potential against the rigid constraints of a forest where every calorie counts.